So Carolina,
Yes.
how old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
And where are you from?
I'm from Faro, Algarve.
Algarve.
Yeah.
And you grew up there?
I lived there until I was 2, and then I moved to the States. And I lived in the States from 2 to 6, and then I went back to Faro, and I lived there until I was 19. And no, 20. Yeah, and then I moved here to Lisbon.
Can you throw away the gun?
Sorry?
Can you throw away the gun?
Yeah. Okay.
Because I hear it.
Okay, fair enough.
So you moved in Lisbon?
Yeah, I moved in Lisbon when I was 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you stayed 2 years in Faro?
Yeah, so when I was a baby I was in Faro, then I was in the States until I was 6, then I went back to Faro, and I grew up in Faro from 6 until 19, 20. Then I came here to Lisbon, United States, Alabama. You didn't know that? I thought I've told you already. No? It's fine.
And okay, tell me today, what are you doing here in Lisbon?
Today, well, I'm a DJ. Well, first of all, I'm a student, so I'm finishing my degree in advertising. That's not really my favorite dish, but has to be done. And kind of roughly like a year ago, I started like DJing in Lisbon, in a lot of different places and clubs. Also, I'm related to Radio Quântica. And that's about it. I DJ, I study, I do radio stuff, and I party.
Where do you DJ? You only DJ in Lisbon?
No, very recently I had like some invites to DJ in Porto as well, and now I have a residency in Plan B, and I also go to Faro, to my hometown. There's like a very, very nice bar there, Cabaret, and I also DJ there. And I DJ'd in Açores this summer, quite cool as well. So yeah, a little bit around Portugal, you can say. I'm starting to conquer. Ooh. Yeah.
And what kind of music are you influenced by? What kind of music do you play?
There are two different questions there. Okay, so my influences. Well, I remember being like 12, 13 and passing my whole day in front of TV watching MTV. And at that time what was playing a lot was R&B and that kind of stuff. So I kind of started really enjoying music, like really eating music, you can say that, with like all the mainstream R&B that was passing around 2003, 2004. And then sometime then between my basic school and my high school, I started learning to play the bass, and I kind of got open to like more rock kind of stuff. And I had well, I had a lot of different bands, but I had this other band that was more into blues and jazz and stuff. So I kind of, there was like this phase when I was like 15 that I was doing kind of more like rock songs as a hobby, and more like jazz and blues, like really like learning how to play it. And then I turned teenager, and I stopped playing the bass because you do stupid stuff when you are a teenager. And I started listening to electronic music. more like that very bad electro kind of stuff, EDM, and then drum and bass, and then I started DJing. So I started like a DJ of drum and bass in my hometown, and that was like kind of like a very great time to be a drum and bass DJ because it was like in hype everywhere. Then I got kind of fed up with drum and bass and stopped DJing and kind of got interested in producing music. There was this big friend of mine at the time that showed me all the UK kind of stuff, like UK garage and the house, all the funky house stuff, bass house. And then that evolved to that future dubstep stuff. So I kind of start searching a lot of things around that. And so then I like after 2 years I started DJing again, like more house kind of stuff.
I have just sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I have a question because I'm interested about the way you get in touch with the music.
Yeah.
How did you dig the music? Was it you were watching stuff on internet, like on YouTube? What was the media that influenced you? Or?
Yeah, mainly internet, YouTube, and there was High Five at the time, that social network that people kind of share things from there, and Facebook. Facebook has been around for 10 years now, so yeah. But yeah, mainly internet, YouTube. I always kind of did like pirate CDs, so I was kind of used to like downloading music and this is a secret. This can't go to. I can go arrested for this, but I remember like at the same time that I was like eating music from MTV. All my friends like gave me like free Virgin CDs and they were like, okay, I want this music, and this music, and then you can choose the rest. So I was kind of like the compilation maker for a lot of friends of mine. And yeah, I don't know. I think I got in touch with music driven by curiosity. So like I listen to one thing and then it appears like another thing from the same artist or some related thing, and I go and I search and when I stop the search I have like 500 tabs open and I'm like, oh shit, what will I do now? And it's like kind of like this ongoing process that never ends, searching for music. It's yeah.
What was so you start to listen and get interested about firstly about drum and bass.
Yeah.
And then this friend will show you music from the UK.
Yeah.
And was it there in Lisbon?
No, in Faro. Yeah, in the Algarve. Yeah.
How long ago?
Well, when I was around 18. When was I? Yeah, when I was 18, it was like when I was woken up for all the house and garage stuff, more like funky beats and like all those weird post dubstep kind of stuff. And eventually, I started to produce like all of that kind of stuff. And this one summer I got very lucky and I got this internship in Ninja Tune. And that opened me like this whole new world of music and stuff that was happening that I didn't have any clue about. And after, when I came back from the UK, from my internship in Ninja Tune in London, I was like really decided that I want to do music. I want to live in the music world. So I started producing like more and more and more, but like very rudimental stuff. Like I didn't had a clue what I was doing. And eventually in that year I discovered techno. Oh, because that year I moved to Lisbon and I started going to Luke's. And I discovered techno. And I started like looking for some kind of more melodic, hypnotic techno, and I discovered like James Holden, Nathan Fake, and all the Border Community guys. And I felt in love with all the ambient that they created, because like it's not like a very cave industrial techno. It's like more like a very melodic, kind of cute. It's not cute, but very beautiful kind of techno, like all the melodies and all of that stuff. And so in the next year, I got in a music course in Éthique, and that's where it kind of all started for real, I guess. So I started to learn what I was doing when I produced, and I start being able to put all my ideas in the program, and yeah, and I started producing more techno stuff, because it was the thing that I didn't need to think a lot when I produced, and I don't really think when I produce. I just, oh, this is my sound, let's see what it happens if I put it here with that, and techno comes out. So yeah, and almost in the end of that year, I released a EP of that school year. So in May of 2015, I released a EP in this Portuguese label that's AVNL. Very, very good, freaky label. You should check it. And with the release of the EP, I did like my first live set in Desterro. And it all kind of started growing up on that. So I did that live set, and then in that summer I went to Oslo in my exchange student thing, and I had this invitation from Rui Miguel Abreu to come and play to Rimas e Batidas Festival. So I went in August to Oslo, and I came back in September just to play that live, because I was like, okay, this is a very good opportunity, I can't miss it. And I lose money, but it was totally worth it. And after that, the invitation for Radio Quântica appeared. The invitation to release in Labareda appeared from Sonja, and then that compilation went out. Radio Quântica was like having like this big boom in Lisbon, and I came back and we played in Luke's for the release of the compilation. And since then it has been like gigs, and it's kind of crazy. Yeah, because it's very natural how things started, and they are getting like very big and very real. And now I have like my first residency in Porto, and I'm playing a lot in Rive Rouge, sometimes in Luke's. And yeah, and I feel like very grateful, because I have like all these opportunities to play with people that I really admire and enjoy, and it seems that people actually do like what I do, and that's awesome. Yeah.
All right, to enumerate quite
yeah.
It's not a documentary. It's
Yeah.
It's a map of underground places.
Yeah.
So it's cool. You enumerate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Lounge. That's right there.
Lounge,
yeah.
And it gets. It's not just. It gets into your context.
Yeah.
Context of,
Yeah. Sure.
It's representative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like we have to realize that Portugal is a small country, and Lisbon is a small city compared to other like big European cities. And because of that, like all the places here in Lisbon are like kind of connected, and you as an artist here, you kind of go everywhere, because imagine, so you have Rive Rouge, that's quite new, and it's like growing up to be like kind of a very good reference, because it has like this very good programmation and like opening doors to like new people that are starting to play and everything, and still having like all the kind of like old school DJs playing there. Lounge that always has like always tries to do like this kind of different program with like bands and lives and DJs, and like they're always open like to new stuff, but they also like still have like their residents and the people who started that place, I guess. More near here, I don't know, but okay, now you have Quantica's studio.
Yeah.
That it's.
You told me about this new club as well. I didn't
Oh, Micro Club, yeah. It's in Alcântara. It's this like, so as the name says, like this micro club, so it's not like this big place, but it has like, the sound system is perfect, the conditions are awesome. It's in this place where people don't really go out, but they should really like go there, because it has like a very happy, inviting environment, and the guys in front of it know what they are doing. I think that I can say that I will be playing there soon, so it's going to be very nice. And also near there you have El Shish Factory and Village Underground. That Village just opened like this new space for gigs and stuff. And
Underground is there?
no, it's in Alcântara.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you live there right now.
Yeah, I do.
You have to go and check it, because it's very, very cool. It's like a creative hub, and it opened now like this new warehouse. It's not really a warehouse, but it's a small warehouse place where they will do like gigs and concerts and all of that stuff. I think they are still like organizing how will they do it, but it's like a very nice space. And people kind of forget that there's more than just like the central Lisbon. But yeah, and more here you have Europa, Sunrise. I want to play there so badly. But it's recently it has become like one of my favorite places to go. And like because when the selection is like good, it's like this amazing magical place. Like very kind of like, it has like more this underground spirit. It's not like this fancy bar where you go to see and be seen. It's this place where you go to dance and not be judged, and that's good. That's what all the clubbing things should be about, I guess. And then you have Radio Quântica, that's in Teatro Praia.